In the blink of an eye, 3 years pass. Despite Tae-soo's repeated demands that Kang Chun reveal Soo-kyung's whereabouts, the killer remains tight-lipped, apparently convinced that by clinging to this secret, he can keep Tae-soo perpetually subservient. Little does he know that a bloody act of murder is silently drawing near. In a separate development, notorious gangster boss Woo Young-seok is murdered while out at a club. A female companion witnesses the entire incident, but the assailant's movements are so swift that she cannot clearly discern his face. With Woo Young-seok's death, his second-in-command, Dao-yu, seizes control of the entire gang and becomes the new boss. The police naturally suspect that Dao-yu orchestrated the killing, prompting Tae-soo to interrogate him. Tae-soo demands to know who among the incident is truly responsible. After all, power in the mob is always won through bloodshed. Dao-yu vehemently denies any involvement, explaining that with the old boss's demise, he stands to benefit the most. Though everyone might suspect him, he is too shrewd to risk murder over the boss's position. Tae-soo remains skeptical, yet further investigation reveals that Dao-yu indeed did not order any killings, leaving the case at a deadlock. Tae-soo have no choice but to re-examine the case, beginning with Woo Young-seok. While reviewing surveillance footage of Woo Young-seok's funeral, he is astonished to see his missing brother-in-law, Seung-hyun, who had disappeared 3 years ago, attending to pay his respects. Stunned, Tae-soo can hardly believe it. After all, Seung-hyun is merely a programmer. How could he be entangled with the mob? Tae-soo rushes to Seung-hyun's home, only to find it reduced to ruins. Since the incident involving his sister, the once warm and inviting home has been utterly neglected. Observing that the house appears uninhabited, Tae-soo prepares to leave, but then he hears the sound of keys at the door. Someone pushes it open, but upon noticing a toppled flower pot at the entrance, the person immediately turns and flees. Tae-soo gives chase, but the fugitive twists and turns along the streets, eventually dashing onto the main road so swiftly that Tae-soo is unable to brake in time. Cornering the fleeing man in a dead-end alley, Tae-soo is shocked to see him raise his hand and slowly tilt his head upward. It is none other than Seung-hyun. How could this refined programmer be so agile? Before Tae-soo can ask a word, Seung-hyun's eyes harden, and he swiftly scales the wall and disappears. When Tae-soo returns to the house, he finds signs of life throughout. The mess outside having been a deliberate ruse. For the past 3 years, Seung-hyun has lived in abject hardship. The walls are etched with scratches, each mark a testament to the vow he made in the dead of night to kill King Chun in vengeance for his lost wife and child. Determined to fulfill that vow, Seung-hyun subjects himself to a diabolical regimen of training and learns every lethal skill he can muster. Yet, as Tae-soo surveys the walls covered with information about Woo Young-seok, he is thrown into confusion. Seung-hyun's target is supposed to be Kang Chun, so why was Woo Young-seok killed? And why do the walls also bear photographs of the mob's second-in-command, Dao-yu? What could it all mean? At that moment, as Dao-yu rides in his car, Seung-hyun suddenly accelerates and recklessly collides with it. With unbridled determination, he repeatedly rams into Dao-yu's vehicle, intent on crushing it. But fate intervenes when Seung-hyun's tire suddenly deflates. He slams on the accelerator to resume, yet the car fails to respond. Almost immediately, Dao-yu's henchmen swarm over, launching a barrage of vandalism against Seung-hyun's car. Outnumbered, they quickly shatter the windows and windshield and drag Seung-hyun from the vehicle. Despite his muscular build, he suffers a savage beating at the hands of more than 20 thugs. Just when it seems he is about to be killed, the crack of a gunshot rends the air. It is Tae-soo, who has just arrived. The mobsters, alarmed at the police's arrival, scatter in a panic, allowing Seung-hyun to escape amid the chaos. As the case grows increasingly convoluted, Tae-soo cannot fathom why Seung-hyun would proceed to kill mob bosses. He resumes his investigation into the gang, and an old member reveals that both Woo Young-seok and Dao-yu were once close comrades of the former boss, Sun Min-soo. However, 5 years ago, the two betrayed Sun Min-soo by accusing him of murder. With overwhelming evidence against him, Sun Min-soo was sentenced to death and imprisoned, while his entire faction was seized by Woo Young-seok. In light of this, Sun Min-soo indeed had a motive to orchestrate Woo Young-seok's murder. Tae-soo immediately seeks an audience with Sun Min-soo. True enough, upon hearing of Woo Young-seok's demise, Sun Min-soo can't help but smile, but when he realizes Tae-soo is scrutinizing him, he quickly suppresses his grin. Tae-soo presses him, asking if he had ordered Seung-hyun to kill Woo Young-seok. Sun Min-soo replies that he is now powerless, a nobody, and no one would risk their life on behalf of a man like him. Moreover, prison visitation records show that since his incarceration, no one has come to see him. He is virtually cut off from the outside world, so how could he have communicated with Seung-hyun? Tae-soo finds no connection between them. Yet, after learning that Dao-yu had nearly met his end in a car accident, Sun Min-soo produces a sharp piece of angle iron hidden within a book, that weapon he had painstakingly honed over 2 years, prepared specifically for use against Kang Chun. At that moment, Kang Chun is taking a shower. Although Sun Min-soo once ruled the underworld with ruthless, close-quarter violence, he had shown unusual restraint when facing Kang Chun, avoiding critical blows. Believing Sun Min-soo's fighting skills to be inferior, Kang Chun does not hesitate. He knocks him down, stuffs a bar of soap into his mouth, seizes the angle iron, and begins a frenzied stabbing assault. The pent-up murderous desire that Kang Chun had harbored for 3 long years finally erupts. By the time the guards arrive, Sun Min-soo is barely clinging to life, but Kang Chun feigns severe injury and collapses, and both are sent to the hospital.